Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhaka. The top stories first. Nepali Congress opposes Dang as capital of Province 5. Lawmakers vandalize furniture during protest. Coronavirus claims 19 more lives across the country. Kathmandu reports maximum number of deaths. Nepal Rashtra Bank decided not to print new notes during Dasai, points out to the risk of infection as prime reason for this decision. CDC revises COVID-19 guidance. The researchers say disease can spread through virus lingering in the air. And Djokovic reaches French Open quarterfinals for a record 11th successive time. Thiem and Tsitsipas follow suit. And now the news in detail. The main opposition party, Nepali Congress, has expressed strong objection to the proposal to make Dang as the capital of Province 5. Even the MPs of the ruling party have accused the Chief Minister of deciding a new location for the provincial capital to fulfill his vested interests. Leaders of the ruling and opposition parties are divided over the decision to shift the provincial capital from Butwal, which is currently the temporary capital. PMs of Nepali Congress had staged the protest at the Provincial Assembly yesterday immediately after Provincial Assembly member Birendra Kanodia proposed that the new capital should be decided on political understanding. The Province 5 Assembly was obstructed till 2 p.m. due to the obstruction created by NC leaders. MPs of the main opposition party also vandalized the furniture and chairs of the Provincial Assembly. Nepali Congress has decided to take action against its MPs involved in the vandalizing of the Provincial Assembly meeting. Spokesperson of the Congress party, Biswa Prakash Sarma, wrote on his Twitter handle that the vandalism seen during the Provincial Assembly meeting is against the policies and culture of the Nepali Congress. The MPs became irate after it was decided that Bhaluwang would be confirmed as the capital of Province 5 without any consultations with them. They resorted to chanting slogans and vandalism thereafter. In his tweet, spokesperson Sarma said that no MP of Nepali Congress has the right or the authority to go against the culture of the party. Sharma further added that although the parliamentary system is compulsory for the communists, it is a choice for the Democrats, and therefore any party member who goes against the party's policies and culture will be penalized appropriately. Coronavirus has claimed 19 more lives across the country, the government said yesterday. According to the Health Ministry, the victims include 5 women and 14 men. 9 of the victims were from Kathmandu, while a 3-year-old boy from Lalitpur also was among the fatalities. Other victims were from Parsa, Gorkha, Sarlahi, Sunsari, Chitwan and Nawalpur. The victims were aged between 3 to 91. Most of them were elderly people, while 5 were below 50 years. The total death toll from coronavirus in the country has climbed to 554. Meanwhile, health authorities confirmed 2,440 new cases of coronavirus across the country during the latest rounds of tests. Kathmandu alone reported 1,178 cases, followed by 250 in Lalitpur and 103 in Bhaktapur. As of today, the total number of infection in the country has reached 89,263. Nepal is currently in the 44th position in the world among the list of most affected countries. Till date, 65,202 people have recovered from the disease in Nepal, claimed government officials. The active number of cases of coronavirus across the country stands at 23,507, according to the spokesperson of Health Ministry, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The Secretariat meeting of ruling Nepal Communist Party has been scheduled for today afternoon in Balwatar. The meeting, earlier called on Sunday, had been uncertain after 4 staffers and 67 security personnel in Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's secretariat tested positive for coronavirus. The meeting will now be convened at Balwatar tomorrow, NCP's General Secretary Bishnu Paudel informed yesterday. Previous Secretariat meeting held on September 22nd had delegated the responsibility to draft a framework for completing the remaining works of party unity within 10 days to Chairman Duo KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal and General Secretary Bishnu Paudel. Likewise, reshuffling the cabinet that sits on the top of Secretariat meetings work list also remains on Chairman Duo's domain. According to Secretariat members, Chairman Duo have yet not reached an agreement in the matter. The other agendas on the work list include fulfillment of office bearers in constitutional commissions and meeting allowance of NCP members. Locals of Pashupati area have started demonstrations against the recent master plan unveiled by Pashupati Area Development Trust. The locals have been agitated, stating the trust did not coordinate with the locals before preparing the master plan. Or report.
Locals have alleged the trust master plan has the potential to damage the temple's ancient history. The locals have alleged that the new master plan will damage the surroundings near the temple and destroy the local culture and tradition. The coordinator of Pasupati Area Joint Action Committee, Ashman Sangat, informed the locals are protesting against the trust master plan that seeks to destroy the temple's age-old tradition and history. The said master plan ruins local religion, social and cultural heritage, Sangat informed. The trust has planned to commercialize the temple by demolishing the old settlements within the temple premises, Sangat further said.
सरकारले जेसुकै बोलेको भए पनि गुरुयोजनाले यो पशुपतिको 4 किल्ला भित्र रहेको स्थानमा निजी आवास रहित क्षेत्र बनाउने भनेर लेखेको छ। उनले मौखिक रूपमा एउटा कुरा बोल्छ, दस्तावेजमा अरु कुरा बोल्छ, त्यसैको विरोध हो। यहाँ धर्मशालाको नाममा ठुलठुलो बिल्डिङ बनाएर बनेको धर्मशालाहरूलाई जसरी उले ठेक्कामा दिएको छ, व्यापारीकरण गर्न खोज्यो पशुपति क्षेत्र विकास कोषले भन्ने हाम्रो कुरा हो। त्यसको विरोधमा हो हाम्रो यो कुरा।
The ward chair of Kathmandu Municipality Ward number 8, Dinesh Singh Dangol, also reiterated that the problem surfaced because the trust failed to take the locals into confidence before unveiling the master plan.
पशुपति क्षेत्रमा ल्याएको गुरु योजना ल्याउँदाखेरि चाहिँ स्थानीय सरकार छ, तपाईको स्थानीय राजनीतिक दलहरू छ, स्थानीय चाहिँ जात्रा पर्व चलाउने चाहिँ गुठीहरू छ, कुनैसँग समन्वय नगरिकन चाहिँ ल्याएकोले 81 चाहिँ गुरु योजना चाहिँ यिनीहरूले ल्याएकोले चाहिँ त्यसको विरोधमा पनि हो र चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ यहाँको धर्म संस्कृति जात्रा पर्व चाहिँ सबै मेटिने गरी यहाँको चाहिँ अब भनौं न तपाईको चाहिँ बस्ती नै कुनै नहुने हिसाबले ल्याएकोले चाहिँ हामी त्यसको विरोधमा हो हामी।
In July, Pasupati Area Development Trust had submitted an amended master plan along with the proposal to clear the settlement's still civil area to the concerned ministry. The 100-year master plan prepared by the trust aims to clear the settlement from Bhuvaneshwari Temple to civil in the future. The locals say the new master plan has to be corrected because it was also put forward without reviewing the old ones.
And now the news from the economic front. The Nepal Rashtra Bank has decided not to print any new notes during this Dasai, citing the risk associated with the coronavirus. The central bank has decided against printing new notes because long queues at the bank for exchanging new notes would pose an unnecessary risk of spreading the coronavirus. A report.
The specialty of Dasai festival, celebrated by all Nepalese, have been usually marked by wearing new clothes, serving delicacies and eating good food, as well as receiving a tika and blessings from elders. The custom is to give out new notes to anyone who comes to receive tika, which has made the new notes more valuable during the festive season. However, this year, the Nepal Rashtra Bank has decided to not print any new notes for the festive season. The central bank has said its decision was to avoid a large number of people gathering in front of the bank and queuing to get new notes.
हामीले विगतका वर्षहरूमा जसरी सर्वसाधारणलाई पंक्तिबद्ध बनाइकन नयाँ नोट विनिमय गर्ने नयाँ नोट साटिदिने काम गर्थ्यौं त्यो गर्न अहिलेको परिस्थितिले हामीलाई दिन्छ जस्तो लाग्दैन यस्तै थप जोखिम निम्त्याउने कोभिड संक्रमणको जोखिम बढिरहेको छ दिन प्रतिदिन बढिरहेको छ यस्तो अवस्थामा हामीले सोशल डिस्टेन्स जुन कायम गर्ने नीति अपनाएका छौं त्यसलाई निरन्तरता दिनुपर्ने छ.
In previous years, the central bank used to print new notes of the denomination of rupees 5, 10, 20, 50 and 100. The notes were then made available to the public on pro rata basis. The central bank has changed the modality of the distribution this year and has informed that this year the public can get access to new notes through the cash withdrawals from commercial banks on payment of deposits and salary withdrawals.
अहिले कसरी सर्वसाधारणको हातमा नयाँ नोट पुग्न सक्छ भन्नुहुन्छ भने बैंक तथा वित्तीय संस्थाहरूले अहिले आफ्ना विभिन्न भुक्तानीहरू सर्वसाधारणलाई गर्ने सर्वसाधारणले पनि बैंकमा रहेको आफ्नो निक्षेप खाताबाट पैसा झिक्ने त्यसै गरिकन सरकारले केही अहिले दशैं खर्च लगायतका अथवा निजी क्षेत्रले पनि केही आफ्ना कर्मचारीहरूलाई पारिश्रमिक दिने र त्यो गर्दाखेरि बैंकबाट आफूले नयाँ नोट त सर्वसाधारणले पाउन सक्नुहुन्छ.
Just last year, the central bank had printed and distributed new notes worth 60 billion rupees. The central bank has informed that this year around 5.92 billion worth new notes are currently in circulation. The central bank informed that with the intent of rehabilitating the economy slowed down by coronavirus, it has made provisions for commercial banks to increase their scale of accessible loans by allowing them to use up to 85% of the total deposits on it. The central bank has also made provisions to decrease the interest rate on loans to help revitalize the economy.
Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention on Monday said COVID-19 can spread through virus lingering in the air, sometimes even hours later. According to Reuters, the CDC acknowledged concerns widely voiced by public health experts about airborne transmission of the virus. The CDC guidance comes weeks after the agency published and then took down a similar warning, sparking debate over how the virus spreads. In Monday's guidance, CDC said there was evidence that people with COVID-19 possibly infected others who were more than 6 feet away within enclosed spaces with poor ventilation. Under such circumstances, CDC said the amount of infectious droplet and particles or aerosols produced by the people with COVID-19 became concentrated enough to spread the virus. The CDC has long warned of transmission through small droplets that shoot through the air and generally fall to the ground. Aerosol droplets are much smaller and can remain suspended in the air like smoke. While CDC stresses close contact transmission is more common than through air, a group of U.S. scientists warned in an unrelated open letter that aerosols lingering in the air could be a major source of COVID-19 transmission. U.S. President Donald Trump on Monday left the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, where he was receiving treatment for COVID-19, to return to the White House. Wearing a mask, Trump walked from a hospital building to a limousine that took him to Marine One for the short helicopter flight to the White House, Reuters reported. He replied to a shouted question by a reporter about how many people are infected at the White House by saying, "Thank you very much." You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Top seed Novak Djokovic reached the French Open quarter-finals for a record 11th successive year by beating Russian 15th seed Karen Khachanov. The 33-year-old Serb won the match in straight sets by a scoreline of 6-4, 6-3, 6-3. Djokovic will now face Spanish 17th seed Pablo Carreño Busta next. Djokovic was disqualified from the US Open last month on account of accidentally hitting a match official with a game ball during the match against Busta. Austrian Dominic Thiem won the US Open. Thiem also qualified into the quarterfinals of the French Open after a tough match with French Gaston Hugo, which he won 6-4, 6-4, 5-7, 3-6, 6-3. In other matches, Greek 5th seed Stefanos Tsitsipas defeated Bulgarian Grigor Dimitrov by a scoreline of 6-7, 7-5, 6-4, 7-6. Tsitsipas will play against Russian Andrei Rublev in the quarterfinals. Arsenal have completed the signing of Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid on a long-term deal after paying his €50 million release clause. The 27-year-old Ghanaian midfielder made 35 league appearances and scored 3 goals for Diego Simeone's side as they finished third in the La Liga last season. He played 188 times for Atletico after joining the club in 2011. Uruguay midfielder Lucas Torreira, 24, has moved in the opposite direction and joined the La Liga side on loan. Arsenal have been linked with Partey, who has 29 international caps throughout the summer transfer window. Partey won the 2017-18 Europa League and 2018 Super Cup with Atletico and signed a new deal at the Wanda Metropolitano in 2018 until the end of June 2023. In other news, Manchester United have also signed former PSG striker Edinson Cavani on a free transfer. The 33-year-old Uruguay international, who left PSG at the end of June, has signed a new 1-year contract. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Nepali Congress opposes Dang as capital of Province 5. Lawmakers vandalize furniture during protest. Coronavirus claims 19 more lives across the country. Kathmandu reports maximum number of deaths. Nepal Rashtra Bank decided not to print new notes during Dasai, points out to the risk of infection as prime reason for this decision. CDC revises COVID-19 guidance. Researchers say disease can spread through virus lingering in the air. And Djokovic reaches French Open quarterfinals for a record 11th consecutive time. Thiem and Tsitsipas follow suit. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.